I know you're all drunk. Stay with me.
All right, our master servers.
Okay. This one is the last one.
All right.
No. The last one in the next 5 minutes. No, it really isn't. So this one is called Terras Nuestras. How was the accent? Do I sound Spanish?
Yeah.
Do I sound Mexican? Okay, so this... Not right now. No. Don't give me any feedback.
Sorry.
Be like, you don't Mexican. Okay.
Our land here in Western.
Okay, so this means our land. And when Manuel and I, we came up with this earlier, we both kind of... we became lemonade. So this one is all about the celebration of our land. It is about Canadian culture, Canadian ingredients, and Mexican ingredients. And there are so many similarities, and they come together to make these really, really beautiful drinks. You're the only one that got to try it beforehand, I think. But this is a very passionate cocktail for me, because this is one ingredient that I made when I got here, called Canadian Maple Dram. And what is a dram? A dram is used in tiki or tropical vacation culture a lot of 1930s. You don't see it anymore. It's usually made with rum, allspice, and sugar. So it's a rum-based syrup with, they call it pimento, which is dried allspice berries. So this dram is made with Methuselah rum, which you do get here for like $15. And in Canada, we can't even get it, and when we find it, it's like $90.
Oh my God.
So Methuselah rum has the base of the syrup with Canadian spices. So we have Myra Cagale, which is a beautiful small green pine cone with wild long pepper, real long pepper, smoked black pepper, white pepper, green cardamom, black cardamom, nutmeg, mace, cinnamon, all sorts of stuff. And we let that infuse in the rum for 2 days. And then whatever the volume is, so it was 750 mils of rum, we combine that with 750 mils of pure Canadian maple syrup that we brought down from Canada. As well in there we have the agave aguardiente and orange juice. And the oranges are freshly squeezed, and the peel right on top, that is from the same oranges that were squeezed from the Credeles farm. And this is a celebration of the two cultures coming together. And if you can save a little bit, have a little bit with your pork dish, but also have a little bit with the secret that's going to be passed around in about 5 minutes. And Jonathan's here, he's going to talk a little bit about this dish.
So we were talking about this dish yesterday, and you said in the car when I told you what it was, it's a Onilikan, because of the mole. It's an ancho mole that I made, which was predominantly with the agave aguardiente used as the base for it. You really get the charred ancho pushed forward with that beautiful aguardiente. This dish is pork leg. Again, the ingredients, local ingredients here are spectacular. I'm really happy with the way this pork turned out. Even though we couldn't get shoulder, I wanted to use the shoulder, but we couldn't get any shoulder, so we used the leg. And again, we brined it, marinated it in the Onilikan and spices, Denman bitters, and then cooked it for 12 hours overnight.
What is Denman bitters?
Oh, you can talk about Denman bitters after. But the rest of the dish, we've got beautiful local zucchini, shaved and poached in chicken stock, ancho chickpeas on the plate, soft poached potatoes, and beets that again have had a beautiful bath in, this time, the mango liqueur. So we have a lot of flavors going on here. They all mix really well with the cocktail that Lauren made. And
so the Denman bitters, just quickly, we have a street in Vancouver called Denman Street. Denman Street is almost right on the water, and it's on the edge of Stanley Park. So Denman bitters are an homage to Denman Street, which is about 3 blocks of sub-Gobi multicultural restaurants. And what I mean by that is Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indian, Sri Lankan, Vietnamese, Southeast Asia, all of these small restaurants in 3 blocks.
And Mexican.
And Mexican. But Mexico is nowhere near the Gobi Desert, as we know. It is near its own desert called New Mexico. But the Denman Bitters is using all of those spices to create an homage to Denman Street and all of those cultures, and I think it goes really well with the pork, which I haven't tried yet.
One thing I find with cooking with the aguardientes and the liqueurs, it's, you know, in terms of approaching it as a chef, it's, you know, you take wine, white wine, red wine, liqueurs like Grand Marnier, spirits like dry vermouth. These are things that are in a cook's repertoire no matter where in the world you're cooking, whether it's in Mexico, China, the Americas, or Europe. So when we have a beautiful European style distilled liquid like we have here at Onilikan, the tasting notes are what leads me into how I'm going to use it. But basically what we have is a really powerful herbal and mineral quality, which, you know, when you think about cooking, these are components of cuisine that we're very familiar with in terms of using fresh herbs from the garden, or we're getting different sort of earthy notes and oil extractions from spices. So when we're using the eau de vie and liqueurs in cooking, it's very simple to conceptualize how I'm going to use it, in this case, as a marinade on scallops, in a vinaigrette to go with a salad, to go in a marinade and a brine to prepare a chicken, and then to echo it again in the components that accompany an ingredient, for example, the braised pork, in a sauce, the mole, in a dressing with the beets, and even in the pickling brine. What we did with every step of the cooking was try to showcase how can I utilize the Onilikan as a harmonious component to each element in the dish. And basically I was able to take 2 to 4 components per dish in everything that you've had today. And we have one more bite before you leave. We're going to have a little Mexican chocolate. But again, you're going to experience the Onilikan in 2 different things. One in the actual chocolate preparation, and again in a caramelized and spice salted banana element on the garnish. So, and in that we use both the aguardiente from the agave and also the mango liqueur. So, what we hope to show you today was the diversity of cooking with essentially 2 elements, mango and agave, distilled in 4 different directions. And then cooked in 4 dozen different directions. And then again, in Mark and Lauren's cocktails, used brilliantly to not only harmonize and synchronize with the food pairings, but also being voices in their own right and stars in the glass. So I hope you have enjoyed everything today. I certainly enjoyed cooking for you all. And like I said, we have one more thing to come out. So
how did you enjoy that pairing? The sweetness of the cocktail sort of reacts with the chili and the anchovies. Exciting. Exciting.
I told you I was saving it for you.